Guys, hey, it's Realtor Adele, your favorite realtor and investment property strategist. For this month's housing market report, let's review the usual suspects: mortgage interest rates, home prices, home buyer demand, inventory, and overall housing market trends. Let's start with home buyer demand. We started the year with pretty good home buying activity. This chart reviews interest rates and shows home buyer demand as a result of where mortgage rates landed. The first part of February dipped down into the fives. Most of the year so far, rates have settled in the low sixes. However, as uncertainty about the economy surrounding the financial market surfaced, inflation rose and so did mortgage rates. That reaction shows us that we're not quite past inflation as we thought, and it may seem like a knee jerk reaction. However, it's important to note that when rates spike, it is in an effort to manage inflation. Usually, any kind of adverse news about inflation results in a spike in interest rates. Okay, guys, let's break down mortgage rates. Why or what influences mortgage rates? What you're looking at is a chart that compares the 30-year fixed mortgage rate to the 10-year treasury yield. Now, historically, at least for the last or past 50 years, mortgage rates do tend to follow whatever the 10-year treasury yield is doing. To break down this chart real quick, to the left side of the chart, the green numbers represent mortgage rates. To the right, the blue numbers represent the 10-year treasury yield rate. And to the bottom, these are just the months of this year. So from January to early March. Now, and this red line identifies the yield rate, and you can see how it spikes from early February through early March. Why are rates spiking despite the recent economic hiccup in the financial markets, and why are rates spiking when we started to see a downward trend in early January? The following slide explains it all with Sam Cater, or with a quote from Sam Cater, who is the chief economist for Freddie Mac. On the previous slide, I shared that the average spread between the 10-year Treasury yield and 30-year fixed mortgage is around 1.7%. So far for the year, we've seen that widened from 1.7 to just under 2.8%. That difference, which in this case is 1%, is basically a measure of fear or volatility in the marketplace. However, there is still a healthy amount of home buyers, and we will talk solutions on the next slide. By the way, if you are finding value in what I'm sharing with you, please do me a huge favor and like this video. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted whenever I do these types of videos. I would very much appreciate it. Let's review possible solutions in a rising rate environment. For those in the market to buy a home where mortgage rates are elevated, one solution may be to use a 2-1 buy down. In this instance, the seller contributes 2.1% of the purchase price as a concession to the buyer. The lender then uses those funds to buy down the buyer's interest rate by 2% in the first year and then by 1% in the second year. In year 3, that rate goes back to whatever the initial rate was. At that point, the buyer can then refinance. Another solution may be to use an adjustable rate mortgage. Personally, I prefer the first option of the 2-1 buy down. please hear me when I say that I'm not a financial expert or loan specialist. I'm simply sharing information so that you can do additional research. So, speak with an actual mortgage lender or broker to see if any of these options work for you. Another challenge that we're currently experiencing in housing is inventory, or should I say, lack of it. The obvious remedy, of course, is to add more inventory. So we need more listings, we need more people wanting to sell or put in their home on the market. And of course, more inventory would help to balance out that supply demand imbalance. Again, this is what affects home prices and also mortgage rates. So if you've been thinking of selling, now is the opportune time to do so. So if you've been sitting on the fence due to interest rates and how it will affect your next home purchase, you may want to explore that 2-1 buy down. There are also additional options and solutions provided to, or available to home sellers. And if you would like more information on those, please follow the link below for more information on that. If you are in the market to purchase a home and would like more information on any of the solutions that I shared with you, please follow that appropriate link and so we can get you guys moving. I'll see you on the next slide. Let's take a look at home prices, inventory levels, and other housing data in the metro Atlanta area. Now, the first half of this chart is for residential detached homes. And I know it says February. However, this is the latest data. Um, so we are using it in this month of March. But there's usually about a month lag time so that we can ensure that all of the relevant data is collected and that we can have an accurate reporting or recording of the information. So top half is for single family detached and the areas of focus are highlighted. You can see that the pending sales were just over 3,300 and the actual closed sales were 2,863. I like to compare these two numbers because then we can see not everything that's under contract makes it to the closing table, but then again, these numbers can be these numbers can represent, what do I want to say? If you may have a property that may go under contract in a given month. However, it doesn't close until the following month or the consecutive month after that. The days on market until sale was 48. Average sales price, I'll call it 484. And then the percentage of list price received, 98. I'll call it 98.5%. And then month supply of inventory, 1.8. Let's take a look now at the attached homes. We can see pending sales were 990, closed sales were 843, days on market until sale 37, average sales price 376, I'm gonna call that, and then percentage of list price received just over 98.5%. Then the month supply of inventory 1.9 months. So there are some consistencies in these, should I say, there are consistencies with the detached and attached in terms of the month supply of inventory. That indicates that we're still in a seller's market now, and also to the percentage of list price received. So we're seeing that sellers are receiving just slightly lower than their asking price, which is still pretty good. The difference, of course, is average sales price, and I would imagine due to the fact that there's a lower price point for the attached homes. Days on market, we had 37 for attached and 48, which is I guess it's pretty standard because what do I want to say? Before this anomaly and the last few years of where everything was just quick closing, high prices, right? The average time for a transaction to close is 45 days. So let's see, days on market until the sale, 48. Yeah, so I guess, I mean, that number is up there in comparison to what we have grown accustomed to in the last couple of years. If you look at 2022 year to date, if you look at 2022, that's more than double days on market than where we were just a year ago, right here under the single family. And then with the attach is just about 10 days more. But there you have it for our Atlanta market housing data. So still in a seller's market and average sales price is still pretty strong. To summarize, mortgage rates have spiked after being on a downward trend in January. As a result, buyer demand tapered off around mid-February, early March. The economy remains resilient despite hiccups in the financial sector. There is limited housing inventory in the majority of markets. Average sales price for single family residence is approximately $484,000 and just at $376,000 for condos and townhomes. Average days on market ranges between 37 and 48 days. We currently have less than 2 months supply of inventory. Sellers are more flexible with concessions. And again, I'm going to reference that 2-1 buy down. That is a viable option for both home buyers and sellers. We are still in a seller's market. As always, it's my goal to provide you with accurate information from trusted sources so that you can make the best decision for yourself and your family. If you would like additional information on anything that I've shared, or if you would like to explore your home selling or buying options, please don't hesitate to contact me. All of my contact information is provided within the slides of this video. That's all for now. Until next time, take good care.